Hello, this is Shirley Knott. I'm going to show you how to fix a major problem with B&G Chartplotters. As the display gets wet, it turns off, even when the touchscreen has been disabled. The crew has to manually turn the brightness up to see the screen again. This is a big problem, especially when sailing in heavy conditions and shorthand. Here is the close-up of what is happening when water hits the display. Back in the safety and comfort of our slip, we'll replicate. When seawater hits the power button, it brings up this menu. The default selection is standby. One more touch, or splash, on the power button puts the unit in standby. This happens even if the touchscreen has been disabled, because the power button is still enabled. First, we'll try a low-tech solution. Duct tape on the power button. As you can see, the problem still happens. Now we'll show a modification that fixes the problem. The power button and the touchscreen display are on two different circuits. We will disconnect the power button so the seawater cannot affect it. Now we can lock the touchscreen as shown. When we touch the screen, nothing happens, except a message to say, press and hold the power button to enable touch. And because we have disconnected the power button, the touch screen remains disabled. We can now splash the screen all we like, and it does not turn off. But how do we re-enable touchscreen? We add a momentary switch in the power line of the unit. Pressing this switch power cycles the unit. And when the display powers on, it defaults to touch enabled. We are back to where we started, and we can disable touch by swiping down from the top. Now the unit is suitable for use at sea. Next, I'll show you how to make this modification. In the Vulcan manual, you will see various power connections. You must set up your power lines to auto on so that the unit turns on after a power cycle. Connect the yellow line to the red line as shown here. Next, we'll disconnect the power button from the circuit board. This is the touchscreen controller cable, do not touch it. This is the power button cable, we will disconnect. We will now open the back of your unit. In our setup we can do this from inside the... First disconnect power and other cables. Now remove the nuts from these four connectors. Then you will need a TORX T8H screwdriver. There are 15 small screws you need to unscrew. The top two next to the GPS antenna are very difficult to get to. You might need a thinner screwdriver. Now carefully remove the back cover. You are about to void your warranty. The power button is connected to the main PCB by this cable, so once we unplug it, the unit will simply ignore it. Let's do it. First, pry open the small black latch at the left side of the white connector. And then carefully remove the cable. Now, the offending power button is disabled, so to power on the unit, we need to power cycle it. We add an instantaneous switch in the power line for this. We cut the wire that leads to the battery and connect the instantaneous switch. That completes the modification. Now all the crew can sit at the stern, as God intended, secure in the knowledge that the display is not going to turn off because of the waves.